Mr. Bill Gates, we've spoken about the pandemic experience. How do you think India handled the pandemic? Are there any lessons to be learned on what could be done better? And which were the areas where we did, as a country, perform well, better than expected?
Well, India did well compared to all countries in terms of making vaccines. We worked with partners like Serum to help them get going, but that resource was not only great for the country, but also for the world. The digital approach with CoWIN, where you were able to see, okay, which communities were not accessing the vaccines. And then as we realized it was the elderly that we wanted to emphasize, then really trying to get them the coverage there, which is the greatest risk up. No country did a perfect job because, we didn't expect the pandemic, and so we were all scrambling to get going. Even the United States was quite a disappointment in terms of how prepared they were to scale up the diagnostics. And so there's a lot of great talk about, okay, we need better surveillance to catch these things earlier on. There's an initiative called One Health to see if something's coming from animals into human health and get that really early. So I do think there are still great discussions about how we do better, both in India and at the global level.
Mr. Bill Gates, also you've spoken about preparing for the next pandemic, which sounds ominous, it sounds scary, to put it mildly. And you think that it's not going to be possibly as easy, if that's the word.
Damage. Pandemics don't come very often, and so we really let our guard down. We didn't know how to scale up the diagnostics. Even in the rich countries like the US that have so much in the way of resources in that health sector. And so the innovations now, okay, cheaper diagnostics that you can manufacture quickly, using digital approaches like the CoWIN. I do think we will be a lot better prepared. The next 2 or 3 years, we can't forget the pandemic because we still have more work to do. I can't predict when the next pandemic will come, but because of the boundary between humans and nature, I don't think it'll be another 100 years. And so it really is worth investing. These investments are not gigantic to have the right standby capacity, just like for fires, where we know that they will come.